Where he at? What do you mean?
Huh?
Seeing where he at? Where he
Just
dead
see
at?
what he had. Yeah, let's
Oh,
see what he had.
oh, they track their assets
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
probate court and all that stuff. There,
Yeah, and
now
then they
they
go to the graveyard, have playing out there digging up graves and stuff of people that's supposed to have been some clean to her and all that kind of
dig it
stuff.
up and pull the casket out.
Yeah, they would be going out there looking on tombstone, going in, going back, looking them up and seeing who they is, man, please.
Oh yeah, but they,
Yeah, they did.
that's a good scam. The
They
state,
did it.
but
They
see,
did it.
because if
She
nobody
had his
claim
man
it,
out there doing it,
if
yeah.
ever nobody claim the properties and the money, guess what? The state gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if I can get away with it, might as well. I mean, the state didn't earn it either. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Now what they were stupid on, and I told Mama could have had some money from Miss Nolan. Yeah, her friend.
the white woman.
No, the black woman lived next door, Mama Nolan. What they call her, Ma Nolan or something?
Oh, you talking about Betty?
Yeah, Mama. Oh, Mama. Betty did use, but she never could find no papers on that property she had of Ms. What was her name? But yeah, she did. She got the car, the woman that gave Rodney the car anyway when he was born. And she got that property, but she never did, she lived on that property until everything fell down.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she couldn't have no ownership on that property because she didn't have the papers. She don't know what Ms.
The little black lady.
Yeah, yeah. So she stayed there as long as she wanted to. And then by her and WC, that's when her and WC was getting on so bad and robbing them, stealing and all that kind of stuff. So that's when she left with Hannah. That's when all that stuff, with Hannah. So, so they burnt. She said that, she said that Daddy told us the only thing I see for you to do, and you don't have the lease and stuff on the house, and you got the insurance papers and things and everything that you paid up stuff with Miss Hopkins.
Yeah, Miss Hopkins.
Yeah, is burn it down and get the insurance off of it. And so that's what she did.
You just snitched the lady out. There was a big piece of paper.
Yeah. I don't know how much it was, but for that, in them little raggedy shacks that Mama never lived in the back, that belonged to the property too. But just
so Mama them moved out after.
Mama them lived in them little shacks behind. That was Miss Nolan not Miss Nolan, Miss Hopkins' property too.
But what Alan them used to stay upstairs and where Betty stayed at in the beginning.
Yeah, all that was Miss Hopkins.
So I'm saying so after
house.
Betty moved to the main
house,
to the main house,
yeah.
Then Mama them moved to the alley.
Yeah. No, that's when Mama and them moved to where Big Brother is now.
That was Miss Hopkins' property too?
No, Daddy said he got that house for, because they had a house that burned, in Section 8
on Lincoln
house.
Lane.
Yeah, so he had got with some white woman and bought this house that Big Brother in now for a garage. When Daddy had all them cars, that's what Daddy said. He bought it for a garage, but after so much was coming up with and them fighting and going on, and Mama and Betty and
so Daddy them was at that house before Ann died.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so with that, they just moved on into the house he bought for a garage from the white one. Yeah. She gave it to him because he was calling himself messing around with some white woman. He said.
Oh, he told you he was messing around with the white woman?
Yeah, he told me. After Mama died, he told me a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he just was a tomcat, huh? Catting around, huh?
Yeah, I went to see him.
I guess so. He got Charlotte.
She never would give him a chance to say nothing when we would be there. She always cut in. You know how she always cut in. She want to be the conversation piece, And she'd be talking and he'd be trying to say something.
He wasn't finna say nothing about no white woman in front of Mama.
No, he wasn't finna say nothing about no white woman. But he would be trying to talk about certain things that happened years ago, and
Yeah.
she'll cut him off.
Oh.
So, but then
That's why he went over to the white woman. The white woman to do the listening.
Yeah,
huh?
after he said the white woman taught him a lot. But anyway, he started talking about it after Mama died, and I guess it don't make no sense for me to
keep it.
Yeah, he said I was in love with a girl named Rosalie. I was gonna marry Rosalie. But
she's a country black girl.
Come up pregnant, yeah.
He shotgun. He got shotgun.
Yeah, so they was
did
that's
the right
when they
thing.
was claiming Charles L wasn't healed, but I swear Charles L healed. I got a picture of either healed or Grandpa done.
His daddy.
Yeah, cause that picture
ooh, you know what you just said about your mama?
yeah. But I'm saying, I'm just saying, he was not. Me looking at that picture, he wasn't who they were saying that was her daddy. They completely admitted that him and Mama that he wasn't supposed to be Charles L's father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Charles L. They had Charles L. I said that man died thinking somebody else was his father.
Charles L. did?
Yeah, and they did too. From the way they was talking, because Daddy told me, he said
Charles L. look like Daddy.
I know.
Oh, so he could jump out Getty's.
Yeah.
Johnny.
So it was
another white man running around.
This was a black man. He was tall and tan, kind of like Charles.
No, Charles L. been yellow. Charles L. one sunny day from being white.
Yeah. So anyway, but when we went to Patty's film, when we was taking those pictures, that's the picture they put on the obituary.
I know.
Charles L.
Right.
And when I looked at that picture, I said,
That don't look like Daddy.
All of them died thinking that actually somebody else was Charles L's father.
But that's Daddy. Because Charles L. look like you.
Charles L. looked like, and that's what I used to fight with Charles L. about, because when he was telling me, he the first one told me. He said, Dad is not my dad. I said, boy, you better go ahead on. We was going to, he had bought this lounge, him and Bernie's brother. They got this lounge, and he had come pick me up, because me and Mildred supposed to have been helping him to draw the crowd.
Well, y'all something. Your family retarded.
Yeah. So he had
y'all thought y'all was hot numbers.
Little stuff, and I was dressed. He picked me up, and Mildred was already on the south side. So
what was this at? What was the club at?
Yeah. And so then
what was the club at?
He just got to talking. It was on 39th and something. And it was nice. But
what year was this?
That was a good while. That's when we lived. You was a baby. That was when we lived on.
What side?
Yeah, on Florida. You was a baby. Baby. Yeah, and so we went over there all looking cute, though. He was dressed in his sports jacket and had Bo Peep, Cassandra's brother. Not Cassandra's brother. Bernie's his brother. Was behind the bar. It had the lights, it had big, and I said, it was over there playing jazz music. I said, y'all ain't gonna never get nobody up in here playing.
No jazz, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta put the blues on, huh?
Put the hunky funky up there.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
He wanted a sophisticated joint. That's why he had his suit jacket on.
He cracked up. He said, oh, well. He said, I don't know a damn thing about
about all that,
all
huh?
I want to do is make some money.
Did he change his format?
That's when he told me about him. Daddy wasn't supposed to be his dad. And me and him almost got, he said, well, you just ask Mom and then whatever. So then all that came out and stuff like that.
You asked your mama?
Yeah, well, Mama told us, finally.
About how old was she? 80? When she told y'all?
Oh, no. That was then. You was the baby at that
She
time.
admitted it that far down?
Yeah.
So she thought she was tough, huh?
Yeah, well, I guess everybody knew it. or whatever. So she just, the young kids, us just didn't know it.
Mm-mm.
And man, I went off.
She was a hot little number. She was a fine little black thing.
I don't know how that went about, or but they were teenagers or something. Because when Charles was born, I think
But she
was in between 13 and 14 when
Oh,
Charles
okay.
was born.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Oh.
so they had said this guy, all of them went to school together. and stuff.
How daddy's same age as she was?
Alone.
Along the way.
Yeah. And so he said he just feels sorry for her. That grandmama that was doing her so bad. And I guess he was sneaking around with her too, had to be. So he said he just went on and
Married at
his
14.
mama. But how you gonna marry at 14?
Yeah, that's down south. Y'all country folks. Y'all married at, y'all shucks. Y'all
So
married.
y'all really married?
Yeah, they married at the courthouse. That's before. That's probably before they really got into
And so
civil
then,
licenses. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody would get deep into that with me and did it. She said, well, man, did they get married at 14? I'm like, I don't know, man. But I know I was a slut because I had a baby at 14. So
That's what your mama called you.
Yeah, I was a slut. She called me possum face slut.
That's why you call me a pie. Ain't that something? Woo-wee.
Because you look like me.
Right. So you let that woman told you that you look like a possum.
Yeah, she called me a possum face slut all the time. I didn't know what a possum was.
Me neither.
So
that's what you get.
So you looked like me, and I would just be looking at you. You look like me, and I would play with you. I call it little possum face boy.
Yeah.
A little old possum face boy. You know, and stuff like that. But I never did explain. I was telling Betty that one day we were just talking. I said, you know, I should have told him. I didn't know it got to you like that.
You wrote it. I mean, you used to tell me. I remember I got a brain and a heart. Ain't nobody told me nothing.
But I'm saying I didn't know it got to you that I called you possum.
That didn't bother me. I just remembered. I was thinking, because one day I was looking at just when you and Merle and them came out to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And one of the guys say, boy, you know that's your mom and sister. You look just like your mom and sister. I didn't know if you trying to call me a pretty girl or y'all some ugly women. So I was always I didn't take don't say anything to me. You don't know me like that. You ain't grow up with me all that stuff there. So I was like, yeah, okay, put it away. But then so I'll be looking at her. I say, Pa, she used to call me a Pa. I look like her, so that make her dang on Pa.
You looked like me. You always look like me and Grandpa Johnny. To me. And Jack used to call you Daddy. Jack used to say you look like Daddy all the time. He'll call you old man Rattler. And and I'll be looking at you. Brandon look like me, and that's why I got the possum.
Mm-hmm.
For calling you possum face. But she used to call me possum face slut. I didn't know what a possum was.
Or slut, huh?
I was slut. I was a teenager going to high school. My friend made us that considered my friend now,
right.
And I was over her house one day. They lived right behind us across the field. And on that Saturday, I had got my little stuff on and curled my hair and went over there to visit with her because she wasn't allowed to go to town on Saturday. And so I asked her mama. Her mama had been shopping in the yard, and so when we went over, her mama was cool. I loved her mama. And I said, Miss Heston, because mama had called me all kinds of sluts.
Before when you got your hair done?
No, she had got mad at me about something, called me some kind of slut. I didn't know what a slut was, so it didn't really bother me. But I was over there and we got to talking, and I said, I had asked Maydor said, they had an older sister, her name was Mary too. And I had asked baby sister, and she said, girl, go and play, because she was older than us. And so anyway, I asked, and Maydor didn't.
Oh, you asked her sister, and her sister told you get on out of here.
Yeah. So Maydor didn't know no more than me, or not as much as me. So And so Miss Hester got through chopping there in the yard and sit out on the porch. And so we'll stand up there playing and messing around. She had a very funny daddy, always joking and teasing, calling you something. He called me Batty Cake.
Just a rhyme. He was drunk.
Yeah. He called me Batty Cake. And so anyway, I said, Miss Hester. I said, well, we know I got in a good mood, so she was laughing and going on. Y'all crazy. You and me are so crazy, y'all crazy. So I said, Miss Hester, I said, what is a slut? She stopped then. She looked at me. She said, ask your mama. I know I wasn't going to ask mama nothing like that because I'd have got killed.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like, I don't know, 3 years later, and I was talking to Herman, my brother Herman, we was real tight. Partners in crime and stuff, you know, as they would call it. Yeah. So I asked him, and he got mad. He said she wouldn't call me no slut. And I'm like, okay, what is this slut thing? So they had an old log that they cut, you know, where they cut trees out of the wood. And so I compared that to the little worm that was crawling out of the log. But then I found out that wasn't a slut, that was a slug. Right. So yeah. A lot of stuff went on had you crazy.
So how did you end up finding out what it was?
After I got grown.
Oh, so May Dora's mama didn't ever tell you?
She never told me. She just said, ask your mama. She just laughed and said, ask your mama.
She laughed and I said,
uh-huh.
She ain't know why you was asking her.
Yeah. She didn't ask me. We didn't say no more about it. That was it. That was the answer because I know not to ask her no more because she said, when she said, ask your mama, she knew
it's over.
She wasn't going to get involved. You know. So
so you told May Doris before you told her mama that your mama.
Before I told her.
And so she probably told her mama that's what your mama called her.
So me and May Doris just laughed and went on about our business because I didn't know what it was knowing. So it didn't bother me, you know, until it kind of worried me a little bit when Herman got mad. You know, my brother said, now, if he get mad, the way me and him are, he get mad because she called me that, it must have been something.
Y'all was in the city already there?
No, we was in the country then. That's why he came up here.
Oh, he already knew, huh?
Yeah, you know, he was
a boy.
There, you know, he knew.
Yeah, he was a boy. Boys know more than everybody.
Yeah. So Charles was more like mama. She, you know, cause they close.
Why you think she went to calling you all that and she already had a shorty already? Because
that's
she was.
What I tried to figure out here in the later years. You know, I didn't think about it no more until that's what me and Betty would talk about. I said, I said, Mama called me on the name. Here she is. She done got married at 12 or 13 or whatever. She ain't but 12 or 13 years old and Charles there. Why would she call me all the names? So when I thought it was because I had Michael. I got pregnant with Michael. So anyway, that's why I thought, I had messed up. You done messed up now, you're a slut. Whatever that is,
Right.
So, yeah. So I done messed up as far as the family concerned.
Everybody, the whole family, all.
Oh no, the rest of my family was Mama said something to her, and I feel like I'll stay with their man and Uncle William. I was like, hey, I ain't got to stay with y'all. I'll be better off with them anyway, And I go back on account of my little sisters and brothers. But I stay with them. I stay with them man and Uncle William most of the time.
And Bobby Jean was the oldest of everybody.
Bobby Jean was in between me and Mildred. Now, she was a baby when she got killed.
Right, but she was younger than you.
Yeah, she was in between. So that made me be 5 years older than Mildred because Bobby Jean, I was 2 years older than Bobby Jean. Like we all 2 years apart. So, therefore, with Bobby Jean dead, then that made me 5 years older than Mildred. Yeah.
So the other I can say I ain't no psychologist or nothing like that, but I do, that's my thing to know people or to interested in people. You know what I'm saying, and their stories and all that stuff there. And from
but
just
what I think it was, because her grandmother raised her. And I hear she was very strict. I hear Miss Danny was a very strict woman.
Her daddy's mama? Her daddy's mama or her
Mama's grandmama.
I'm saying her daddy's mama's mama or mama's daddy.
Oh, grandmama's mama.
Okay.
So grandmama was one of them little mildy person. You know, she stayed. She come down there and stayed, but she come to Chicago and work. Yeah. She worked in Chicago. She didn't believe in working in the field. She either worked for them white people or come to Chicago and work in Chicago. She wasn't no cotton picker person. No. You know. And so anyway,
her mama,
Miss Janie, which is my great grandmama, raised her, and who? Raised her and Uncle Fat. My uncle that lived in Michigan. The one that was gonna be the boxer. He ran around with Joe Louis. And so them the two that she raised, and grandmama, I think, raised Aunt Seal, because Aunt Seal was the baby. And Uncle Jack and Aunt May, you know, they daddy, I never did meet their daddy, but they looked just alike. So I never did meet Uncle Jack and Aunt May's fathers. I didn't meet Mama's father either. Mama said she didn't either. So.
Y'all either.
Yeah.
So what you was talking about her grandmama, how she could have came along and
she was, Mama said she was real strict, but she taught her a lot about cleaning and gardening and all that kind of stuff that took the real off her. But Daddy said he really liked her, so she wasn't mean to him. I guess not. Grandpa was practically white. She wasn't really messing with them white people.
She had sense, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's that white man son.
She did too. So she had long, pretty hair. And
she was light skinned?
Yeah. So Daddy said his grandmother, they had the same names. His grandmother and Mama's grandmother looked just alike. They had that long, pretty hair and whatever. So look at that thing going up his leg. That rat going up his leg.
That's a groundhog, probably.
Yeah. She thinking something else. She thinking dirty, but it's that rats.
Yeah, they rats. They groundhog. I mean, hamsters.
Yeah. But anyway, that's why I figured that she got a lot of that hard stuff was her grandmama. But Daddy said she wasn't like that.
Did the granny want?
Yeah. Daddy said to him, she wasn't like that. So that was just Mama's story, that she was so mean and she would do this and how she should. When Michael was born, I went home. Mama gonna make me stay in the room with a curtain hanging down there, thing like I'm blocked off, like I done committed a crime. I was like, oh, nah, this ain't finna work.
You done shamed her.
Like I done shamed the family, I'm like, nope, this is not finna happen.
And what you do, tear down? She softened up to the baby?
Oh, yeah, man. She dogged me, called herself, but when Michael died, he was hers. Oh, my baby. I said, listen at that.
Y'all crazy.
Yeah. They went, I was riding with Bro Wallace. Him and Ricky had the same daddy. So I was riding with Bro Wallace and his mother.
Bro Wallace.
I call him Bro Wallace. His name was Leicester Wallace, Ricky's daddy. Oh. And so I was in the truck with them. We were behind the ambulance. You know how the mother.
Oh, Michael and Ricky had the same daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we behind him. We going to the cemetery. They didn't take no baby to no church, cause So we going to the cemetery. We behind the ambulance. We pull out the ambulance. We pull out behind. Mama had.
Well, y'all was in Earl.
Yeah, we had to leave early and go to their family. They cemetery was in Parky, and so anyway, Mama made Ricky pull out of the line, because you know some of the family went, especially my friends and elderly and them people along with us, and pull in the front of us, and that was disrespectful to me. But that's what she did. Her being the mama, she could do what she wanted to do. That's what she felt. But I wouldn't have did it. But yeah, it was just a lot of old time fidgety junk that these kids wouldn't dare go through. You know.
That's what's wrong with some of them. They got no structure. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them need to go down to the cotton fields or something, or the peat picking place.
Yeah, some of them actually, if they had to came up picking cotton in the fields and working hard, like
appreciate that.
Like they would appreciate what they got.
But y'all give it all to them. Y'all give it all to them on the silver platter night.
Yeah.
All you got to do is.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So, but
yeah, that was that way back history stuff.
Yeah, I had when I was upstairs cleaning that stuff, I ran across a younger picture with Betty and little mama, Deborah.
Betty and Deborah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably quite a few up there, but
no, that ain't one no quite a few. I looked through all them pictures.
Oh.
So they didn't rip you down, Jack.
Oh no, what happened was when Mama stayed with me, she kept her pictures with her all the time. Nobody better not take it. When I went to the hospital and got her from the hospital, and I brought her to stay with me and Jolly, with me and Dominique, and I kept her with her clothes, her pictures, and everything. If she wanted to move from one thing to another, I moved from one thing to, and we would sit there and look at the pictures, and me and her would talk about who that was. And
that's the last thing I did with in '99. I was with her and Daddy, and we sat up going through the picture album. I was in up. Travis and them was outside. I mean, Carlos, it was me, Carlos, Marcus. And, Carlos had that Lincoln Town car, and we went out there. They was all outside. I went in there and talked with them for about 2 hours, and pulled all the pictures out. That's how I was supposed to get that picture there. It wasn't blown up.
Picture, you know?
Yeah, I know you don't like that fella.
You can have it. Take it with you right now.
You don't like that fella. That somebody blowed it up and chopped their heads off, chopped their hats off.
I don't know.
They
I don't know whether that was one of the pictures Mama and them had, or whether that was one of the pictures that Charlotte had. Charlotte had got some from Brenda them, Elsie Lee now. And so she had left a lot of them pictures, tell her to give it, because she copied hers. Yeah,
that's a copy right there.
Yeah. And so anyway, that's how that got, but hey, that ain't no favorite. I got another picture of Daddy. I don't need that.
The hats, she chopped the hats off.
Yeah.
The hats make the picture.
Yeah, that was at Irma Jean's wedding. That was when Uncle Mom and them daughter Irma Jean got married. And that Dad and Dudley was out there. But honey, anybody that want that picture up there, I thought about taking it and tearing it up and putting it in the garden one day.
What's you gonna never tell the deal with Dudley?
Huh?
Well, you really hate the. Well, you go down to the cemetery and shoot him.
Dudley was
shoot him
not
dead.
likable. I just said like that. But about when people raise you up, that's your Uncle Dudley. You're supposed to love your family. But that ain't always the right thing, You got to love. They got to love you enough to respect you just like you love them, respect them or whatever. But Dudley was just that doggone person. So,
he was a doggone person?
Yeah, a doggone person. So I have not lost anything. Ain't Mary, really me and Aunt Mary stopped really seeing each other a lot because I told her, and I shouldn't have told her, that was her brother. I told her, out of all of my uncles, all of her brothers, And if they line them up, and I was just talking to her, but I didn't realize it was what Mike would do to her, that being her brother.
He was dead already?
No, he wasn't dead. He wasn't just about dead. Okay. Still running around here doing things he's supposed to be doing. So, anyway, I said if they line them all up, and somebody come along and say you can't save but one of them, which one would you want to save? I said it would be Uncle. I was just admiring Uncle William because Uncle William was really that uncle to me. And I told her, I said it would be Uncle William. Amen. Got so mad at me. She said, you mean to tell me that you'd rather for my brothers to be dead than your Uncle William?
Oh, he's not a daddy. He's not her brother. Uncle William is
her husband.
Is her husband.
Yeah. But she said, I know William, y'all love y'all's Uncle William. She'll say that any day. I know y'all, and all of the kids, it wasn't just me, all of the kids loved Uncle William. They loved to play with him. He could pinch us and we still laugh and come back for more. But he was still had that uncle limits, you know what I'm saying? And when he spoke to tell about us doing something, hey, he didn't have to say, I'm going to get a switch, I'm going to whoop your up. That was that. That was done. And even with Dad and them, they get into a fight, Dad and Daddy get into a fight, we got Uncle William. So, I mean, we looked up to him. He ain't been to the army and all of that, but that's the way it was with Uncle William. And I was just admiring my uncle. But she got mad. And she said, you mean to tell me? I said, yeah, especially Dudley. Ain't no thing.
She put you out of the house?
Yeah, she stayed mad at me a long time about that. She said, well, I think she found out a few things that he did that I heard her talking to her daughters about. I was in the bathroom. She said, I didn't understand why she was saying that she would rather for my Uncle William would be the one that left than my brothers. Now, as far as Uncle Maine now, Uncle Maine, I never know anything. I always thought Uncle Maine was the oldest brother. Because what he said went, as far as Grandpa was concerned. Well, you have to go ask man, son. Why they got to ask man, son, and all of them grown? But I guess because he was the oldest son. Come to find out, Daddy the oldest son. But I guess at that time, Daddy was going around playing with B.B. King, staying on for weeks. So I guess that's the one they trusted.
Right.
Yeah, so.
They know him. They know his character.
They know
what he's going to do and what he's thinking because they said and they talked to him and they, they were there.
Yes. And I was like, huh? It was a long time before I found out that Uncle Man wasn't the oldest brother. Because he went to church. He was a singer, gospel singer. And that's all where he was going to go to was the church into town. But when it come down to, they was all into a family farming thing. One house here and one house here, and they all, when they got it all together and gathered the harvest or whatever Uncle Man said went. Mama got tired of that because she and Charlie and them was the only one that was making the most money. And Clement stayed sick all the time. And Irma and Uncle Marvin went to New York. He didn't come back until 7 time.
You say Aunt Irma?
Yeah, Aunt Irma, yeah. And so they went to New York to her people's house.